Hi, Fledge is the Conscious Company Accelerator. What we mean by that is that we find mission-driven, for-profit entrepreneurs from around the world, and we make them better. Or at least we make a few of them better. So this started back in 2012, back in my hometown in Seattle, back in the USA. And since then, we have received applications from thousands of entrepreneurs from over 90 countries around the world. So we thought we should share. So last year, we replicated the program in Lima, Peru. This year, we ran again in Seattle, and then Lima for the second time, and then in this beautiful city in Barcelona. Next year, we're going to add 2 more cities. We're going to add Vancouver in Canada and the University of Padua. Right? And we're just going to keep replicating and replicating until we cover the whole globe. All right, each time we run this program, we invite about 7 companies to join us. This is the logos of the 7 companies you're going to hear from tonight. They come to whatever city, in this case Barcelona, for 10 weeks. And while they're here, we do 3 things with them. First and foremost, we help teach them to be better entrepreneurs. So every first-time entrepreneur is missing something. Otherwise, they wouldn't need our program. They're missing a little bit of knowledge in financial management or sales or marketing or fundraising or operations or something. So we run them through a class that I've been developing for the last 6 years. It's the same material that I teach to MBAs at Presidio Graduate School. And we help make them a little bit better that way. Second thing we do is that we flood them with mentors. And I can see some people in the room whose pictures are on this slide, right? And a whole lot of people who aren't in this room. So what these people are volunteers. They're experts in their field, or they're just good at business. They're good at financial modeling, or they're good at marketing, or they're good at operations, and they sit down face-to-face with these companies, either in person, if they're here in the city, or over Skype, because our network covers 480 volunteers from around the world, and they help make the specific company better. And the third thing we do is what you'll see here tonight on stage. We help teach these teams how to tell a great story. And they're going to make it look really easy. And I promise you, it is not easy. We've been spending every single day for 3 weeks to help these teams understand how to craft the story of their company in a compelling manner that takes just 4 or 5 minutes to convey. Right? And all the slides and everything else that goes along with it. And they have been practicing over and over again. The speech you will see tonight is the 50th or 60th or 70th time they've delivered that speech now. And this speech is only a week old. All right, now we do this not as a charity. Right? We do this as a mission-driven for-profit company or family of companies. And our business model is really simple. We invest in every one of these companies. In Barcelona, that's 15,000 euros per company. And in exchange for that cash and all the help we provide, we get 6% ownership in each of these companies. But we don't structure it in any way that you've probably seen before. We instead structure it as redeemable equity. This isn't debt. This isn't the equity you're used to seeing in startup finance. It's something in between. To explain why this is important, let me take you back over to the States, to the 500,000 companies that get started each year. All right, so a lot of them want venture capital. In 2016, only 4,115 got venture capital. Every single one of those investments is expected to return a huge sum to those investors. They're expected to have a big acquisition or have an IPO. All right, and the same is true of the 4,000 investments from 2015 and the 4,000 from 2013 on back in time. Right? But the reality is that only 726 successful exits happened in 2016. So if you look at this, fewer than 1% of American companies get venture capital, and less than 0.1% of those had the success that their investors wanted. Personally, I saw this 6 years ago when I created the Fledge business plan, and I thought this was crazy. Just absolutely nuts. Why would anyone use a structure that doesn't work for 99.9% of the companies? So we use something different. And it's really, really simple. We invest money in the company, and in exchange, they promise us to share a small percentage of their future revenues. And they promise to share this back until they've returned twice what we gave them. And that's it. Okay, it's not that simple, but it's almost that simple. You can do these investments either in a form that looks like debt or a form that looks like equity. Either way, the money flows about the same way. And the two variables you work on when you put together one of these deals is that percentage of top-line revenue. At Fledge, we use 4%, but you can do 2 or 3 or 5 or 7, or at some single digit. And the second thing you work on is what's that return? Should it be 2x, double your money? Sometimes it's 1.5. Sometimes it's 2.5. Depends on the deal. What you should notice on here is there's no time and there's no interest rate. So it's not a loan, right? We don't know when we're going to get paid back, so it feels a bit like equity. But we are going to get paid back because all we need those companies to do is to earn revenues. Now, when you want to see the rest of the details, you can talk to me later if you're in this room, or if you are watching at home tonight, you can grab a copy of this book. It's called Revenue-Based Financing. With that structure, it is possible to invest and make money in companies in Ghana, or in Nigeria, or in Uganda, or in India, or in Bangladesh, or in the United States, or in Canada, or in Spain, or whatever country this happens to be. That's enough for me tonight. It is now my pleasure to give this stage and give to you guys the Fledge11 fledglings. Thank you.